All right, encoding today. Make sure you watch this entire video because I can actually see how many questions you go through and answer, and if you watch the video all the way to the end. So keep at it, keep answering the questions that pop up so that you can get full credit for watching the entire phonics encoding video today. If it's easy for you, that's great, okay? If it's challenging for you, that's good for me to know. That's good for your teacher to know and see if you're watching this entire video. So make sure you're doing that today, okay? Let's go over how we add this suffix ly when we're changing an adjective to an adverb, okay? So right now we went over a lot of these words that have consonant Y in them at the end when we were decoding. So we changed that Y to I and then added ly for those words. So make sure you remember if it ends in le, consonant Y, or IC, then the N needs to be modified. And we've gone over how modified means we're changing the ending before adding ly to form an adverb. All right, we can do it. I'm going to do the first one for you, but I'm going to do it after we do our phonics review. Okay, so make sure you're typing and listing out all of the sounds of the letters that make those sounds. You can also always use your sound wall. You have it in your phonics folder, especially if you're in my class. I know I sent those home. So here we go. When you hear oi, how is it spelled? When you hear the sound oi, how can that be spelled? Okay, you can spell it O-I or O-Y. See, let me make that not capital. So O-I says oi and O-Y says oi. Give yourself a pat on the back if you did that correctly. I'm sure you did. Okay, what are all the ways to spell Okay, the sound Okay, you should have wrote E-R, I-R, or O-R. Okay, let's see, let me erase that. So E-R says I-R says O-R says Great job. Give yourself another pat on the back because you're a genius. Here we go. When you hear in the word summer, how is it spelled then? I'll say it one more time. When you hear in the word summer, how is it spelled then? Should have said ER at the end of summer because summer is actually spelled like this. Let's make it a little bit smaller so that it doesn't go into the other side. Here we go. There we go. Now you guys can read the whole thing together. So summer is spelled S-U-M-M-E-R, and E-R is how you would spell that sound at the end of that specific word. All right, great job. Now I'm going to do this first one for you guys. So the first word is hastily. Hastily. So doing something in a way with haste, okay, in a quick way. All right, let's see. Hastily, I could pound it out. Hastily. Okay, so let's do haste. So haste, to make that long A say its name, I think it's going to be S-T-E. Okay, let's try that with haste. But I know it has that li at the end. So li would be at the end. So this would actually be pronounced hastily. That doesn't sound the same as hastily. Let me look at this. Hold on. So haste was the adjective. Let's see. It ends with E. So it looks like I need to change that to an I. So I'm modifying this word before adding ly. Okay? So that silent E is still there, but I'm hiding it with the Y this time. Okay? So I need it to say with the I. So this E is changed to an I or hidden by the I, and then ly is added. So I would spell that Hastily, hastily. That's a really good vocabulary word for you guys to start using in your writing too. Okay? The next word I'm going to do for you as well. It is greedily. Okay? Greedily. Here we go. I did something with greed in a way that is super greedy. Okay? Have you guys heard of greedy before? When you want a lot of stuff and you want too much stuff, okay? You get kind of greedy. A lot of villains in movies think that way. Greedy would be my base word. That's the adjective to describe a noun. So let's look at this anchor chart again, and I see that it ends in consonant Y. So that means the N needs to be modified, like we said earlier. Consonant Y is right here. D is a consonant, Y is at the end, so that Y needs to change to an I before Lee is added. So greedly would be spelled just like that, okay? Greedily, greedily. All right, it's time for us to do one together before we move on and you do some. This one that we're going to do together is crazily, okay? Crazily, okay? I did that. I went and danced crazily, all right, in a crazy way. That would be fun to do, okay? So crazy is that adjective, okay? So hopefully you hear it when I'm saying these words. So I see consonant Y. So what are you going to change that Y to? What is this Y going to change to before adding ly? That's right, it's going to change to I, and ly is going to be added to spell crazily. That is such a good vocabulary word, again, for you guys to use in your writing. Wink, wink, okay? Let's see. I want you to spell this word, sleepily. Sleepily. So they performed the task in a way that is sleepy. Go ahead and spell that word. Okay, you should have spelled it sleep. Okay, the adjective would have been sleepy, but that Y was changed to an I and ly is added. So this is how you should have spelled that word. Hopefully you remembered how you typed it in as your answer. And you can check yourself by looking at how the correct way it is to spell it. So give yourself a pat on the back if you did that correctly. Here is another word you need to spell, noisily. Okay, you should be familiar with this from Monday. Noisily. Go ahead and spell that word. All right, you should have spelled it. Noisy was that adjective. What does it end with? Consonant Y. Y is going to be changed to an I, and ly is going to be added to spell noisily. Great job. Give yourself a pat on the back if that's what you typed in. Here we go. I would like for you to look at this word right here. Okay, this word is funny. Say funny. That's right. Okay, what says in funny? Yep, that letter F right there. What says in funny? The letter U, a short U, right there. What says E in funny? This Y because of the crybaby rule. What says N in funny? That's right, 2 N's, because before adding that Y, we counted from the vowel in this base word fun, and it was 1, 2, and I know it's double I do, so I double that N before adding the Y. Okay, I want you to encode one more word for me. Pretty. Pretty. We mapped this word on Monday, so hopefully you can spell it correctly now. All right, you should have typed in P-R-E-T-T-Y spells pretty. Great job. Here is your sentence. Here we go. The biker easily jumped the ramp. The biker easily jumped the ramp. Okay, here's how you should have spelled that sentence. The biker easily. That's how you should have spelled that, because easy is the base word and that Y was changed to an I before ly is added. The biker easily jumped. So we've gone over adding ed as a suffix before. Remember, jump was that base word. So we start counting from the vowel to see if this consonant is doubled. So 1, 2, 3, leave it be. Okay, just add that suffix with no change. So that's how you should have spelled that. The biker easily jumped the ramp. Okay, you could have a period. Maybe you want to have an exclamation mark because that was so impressive to you. All right, the only capitalization you should have is that T at the beginning of the sentence, because other than that, there's no proper nouns. So this is how your sentence should have looked when you typed it in, and hopefully it did. Great job today for encoding.